Hey guys, Matt Allen here. Welcome back to Tactical Bassin. Tim and I are still out here on Clear Lake goofing off, taking a little breather. Wanted to talk to you guys really quickly about rod selection when you're out on the small boats, when you're on the kayak, kick boat, float tube, anything like that. As you know, because we keep whining about it, Clear Lake has high water. You can see it over here. There's normally a field, but what this has done for us is actually give us all these amazing little backwater ponds and eddies that we can fish in that normally when we're on the bass boats we don't get any access to. So now we're out here on the kayaks and just having a good time, enjoying it. But it brought up a point, something that we've experienced in the past, but we hadn't been out on the small boats for a little while, so we hadn't even thought to talk to you guys about it. But if you're a small boat guy, or if you're going to become one, if you're going to get out on the kayak or something else, you want to adjust your rod selection. Like today, I came out 7'8", my standard A-rig rod. Didn't even think about it, just threw it on the boat and went. Couple of things, when you're out on that smaller boat, it's hard to control those really large rods. And then the biggest issue that you face is that when you set up on a big fish, that fish is going to pull you towards them. A couple of years ago, we were out kayaking and we were on this amazing wakebait bite. And I had brought my standard wakebait rod, a stout rod. And I would set up on these fish and they were big. And as soon as I'd hit them, that kayak would start sliding, right? It'd start going towards the fish as fast as the fish is coming to me. And I was losing like 70 or 80% of my bites because that rod was so stout, because that's what I use on the bass boat, that when I started sliding the fish, they were sliding to me, that rod would unload and there was nothing I could do about it. And those fish could throw that bait. So again, you want to adjust your arsenal. So couple quick tips. Typically you go a little bit shorter than you would on a large boat. And then most importantly is if you're hearing us give rod advice or anyone else give rod advice, and it's not specific to that style of boating, you want to take everything that you hear and adjust it down by 1 power, 1 strength. So if a guy says he's throwing a 5 power rod, or let's say a heavy rod, you're going to go to a 4 power or a medium heavy rod, so that when you stick a good one and that boat starts sliding, you start getting pulled, that rod will load up farther than normal and you can still keep it loaded up, keep it bent, and it will keep that fish from shaking that bait out. Makes a huge difference in how many of the fish that you hook you're gonna land. So when you go to that lighter rod, you still have to hit them hard, right? Because you need to bury a hook with a lighter rod. So hit them hard, but once you've got them, you're gonna stay loaded up. It's gonna make a huge difference in the number of fish that you're actually getting to the boat. Because the biggest issue with fish coming off is that rod unloading. When a bass comes up, shakes its head, and they spit the lure, that's really what that's about, right? They're shaking faster than the rod can react. They get slack and the hooks come out. Same thing when you're sliding, that rod normally it's bowed over. It starts unloading as you're coming to them. You can't reel fast enough to keep up. Same thing, they can just shake it out like it's nothing. I hope that makes sense. We'll take it a step farther. Down in the video description, now we're out on the water right now, so we're not gonna go look up model numbers for you, but by the time you see this video, down in the video description, we will link to our, Tim, you wanna say top 5? Top 5 rods that if this is the style of fishing you're doing, if you're out on the kayak, if you're out on the kick boat, and you want just general all-around, all-purpose rods that will cover everything, because you don't want to carry a lot of gear, we'll link down there to the top 5 rods that we would choose that are just, middle of the price range. We won't give you super low or super high, but just good, comfortable rods that will help you keep those fish pegged. I think that'll make a big difference for you. We hope that helps. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're cruising right along towards that 100,000 subscriber goal this year. We really appreciate your support. We're gonna get back to fishing. We can't take the bass boats out right now, but we can take the small boats out. We're just out here having fun. We'll talk to you guys soon.